So yes, the time has come. March 3rd. I guess in about an hour and a half, or when you guys see this video, when it becomes available on YouTube and it's uploaded, officially Nintendo Switch will be available to be in your hands, so you can buy it, you can try it. You know, some of you obviously have pre-ordered this and are standing in line in your local games stop or local Best Buy, right? Not all of them. Some Best Buy stores are doing it. I think majority of GameStops, they're doing it as well. So Target is the one that's doing it in the morning, 8 o'clock. You would have to get up early, and they'll probably hand out the tickets because there's going to be a huge line, obviously, in the morning as well. And so let's talk about this. A lot of you been asking me, hey man, what are your thoughts on Nintendo Switch? And I was kind of quiet about Nintendo Switch. I kind of made a video where I gave my thoughts. I said Nintendo Switch will be in shortage for a long time. Don't expect to be able to buy it on launch date like tomorrow. You won't be able to walk in and buy it. And I'll explain why I was right. And I hate to call myself prophet, but I'm not prophet. But God damn it, a lot of things I predicted were correct. I did predict shortage of PlayStation VR, and there is a shortage of PlayStation VR, but it's done purposely. And I'll also explain why Nintendo will do this purposely as well, and I'll explain why that is, which should be obvious to you. But let's first start from beginning. Let's talk about the console. How do I feel about this console? All right. What does this console has? Well, Nintendo Switch, as you can see right here, it's a switchable console and a tablet. All right. It's made to be a portable device where you can take it with you. You can go on a train, you can go on a camp, you can go, anywhere. Take it with you, kind of like a tablet, like a phone, like a big giant phone, if you will. And take it with you and you play your games, or if nearby there's a television set, you can plug it in with the HDMI, you take the base with you, and it's very small. These controllers and this base is very small. It's not that big. They making it look bigger on this page than it is actually in person. And you can see some of these. This is the official website, Nintendo Switch. You can see some of these photos right here. You see how they're holding it. It has a lot of cool features built into, which I will go by these features step by step. But first, let's talk about what type of Nintendo Switch bundles they are. They're all $300. The only difference is they have this Joy-Con, controllers. They're both blue neon and red neon, so you have that. Now this controller, I believe, I don't know if it comes with it. You might have to buy it, purchase it. I don't know if this comes with it. I'm not sure, guys. I would assume it comes with this controller, so I don't know if it comes with it. We'll get to the bottom of it. These are the featured games that it has. Obviously, The Legend of Zelda, Breath of the Wild, then Mario Kart 8 Deluxe. There's some more games coming in the future. Don't expect that many games, at launch here. The only game, this is the one game that's going to be pretty much, there's two games that are going to be pretty much sold out right here. That's going to be Zelda and Mario Kart 8. Both of these two will be sold out, obviously. Zelda and Mario Kart 8. And now let's talk about the features of Nintendo Switch and what it has and what it doesn't have. Let's talk about the features of Nintendo Switch. Like I said earlier, it does have this Joy-Con grip that you can take apart and do a free motion. This is something that I like. I like the fact that you can take it apart and you don't have to be stuck in just one position where you hold a controller with the grip. You can have free motion where you can have it on your left hand and your right hand any which way you want. I like that ability that you can take this apart and that you have more freedom, because sometimes your thumbs and your fingers, they would get numb after a while playing a video game, you know, and this will give you a more comfortable feeling to it. Also, another cool feature, as I mentioned earlier, is the fact that you can take this tablet out and you can use these Joy-Con grips, put them together, and you can play it on your tablet, take a tablet with you, and you can play with your friends at home, online. I'm pretty sure most of you know what this console consists, and I'm pretty sure most of you know that it has a NVIDIA Tegra chip, which is a custom Tegra chip that's also present in NVIDIA Shield 2017 revision version. And that's the chip that's inside. Is it a powerful chip? Well, for a mobile, I would say yeah, it's a very powerful mobile chip. But this is something that I'm gonna go into after I go a little bit further more here, just to tell you what it has. As you can see right here, it has the game card, which is like a little cartridge. You put it in, you'll pop this open, you put this cartridge in. It's kind of cool that it has that. I like that, you know, that it has that. You put it in. It's not a CD, DVD. It's just like this little cartridge. See, they're going back to the old school cartridge. I really would like to see cartridges come back. Some sort of like a memory card cartridges. I'm tired of discs, really. Let's get rid of discs. They get scratched up easily. It's not that hard. You know, the only way you break this is if you like use a hammer and you break it. You know what I mean? So there's the game card that goes into it and reads it. You also have the audio jack here, obviously. You have the rail that goes into it when you put in your Joy-Cons, your controllers. It has a bright sensors. I don't know what that is. I guess it depicts the brightness in the room, so that way if it's lit up very bright, it'll give you much more contrast. Or if it's too dark, it'll lit up, you know, it'll adjust the amount of brightness needed depending on the environment you're in, okay? Has the speakers. Let's look at the back, see how this looks in the back. Has this little stand right here. That's pretty cool. Here is the micro SD card slot. I heard that you can put up to 2 terabytes of SDX memory card, but honestly, 200, I think 365 gigabytes or 265 gigabytes is more than enough, man. You know what I mean? And you can get one for like $190 or whatever. You can get like 128 gigabytes for like $90. Obviously, if you go with 265, it's gonna cost you more, probably like 100. I don't know, 150 maybe. I don't know. I have to look into these prices. I'm not so sure how much they are. But there it is right here. See, it has a 32 gigabyte internal memory portion, which is reserved for use by the system. User can easily expand the storage space using micro SDH or micro SDXC. So they're letting you use micro SDHC and also micro SDXC, which is pretty cool, meaning that you can expand this up to 2 terabytes if you like. But honestly, 500, it's more than enough. If you can get one of those micro SDXC cards, it's like 500 gigabytes. I don't know if they make one, but if they do, if you can put it on there, I think that's all you need, honestly. It's more than enough, because I don't think these games, they're going to use that much of a gigabytes, you know, because they're not that like graphically intensive games, so I don't think they're going to be using that much of a gigabytes compared to like PlayStation and the Xbox. The screen has 6.2 inch multi-touch capacitive touchscreen. That's what it meant. I take that back. It's a 6.2 inch multi-touch capacitive touchscreen. And it has a resolution of 1280 by 720. So the resolution is like, you know what I mean? I'll get to the graphical resolutions and all that other stuff. I'm first showing you in this first act right here. I'm just showing you what this console consists. Then I'll give you my thoughts, what I think in my second act here, which is the overview. 6.2 inches. Honestly, it's my LG V20. It's 5.7. So this is not that like really bigger than what I have on my LG V20. Now let's look at the technical specs. Alright, this is the weight. It has the CPU, GPU, NVIDIA custom Tegra processor. It's the same thing that the NVIDIA Shield 2017 has, which is pretty cool, man. For a mobile device, this is pretty cool. Has 32 gigabytes of internal storage, but all of that, it's used for the user interface to run the system. So you definitely need to give it some breathing room and use the SDHC or micro SDXC card. Like it says right here, you can go up to 2 terabytes. Networking has the wireless IEE 802.11. It's pretty good. Video output, it's up to 1080p and then up to 720p via built-in screen. It has a compatible 5.1 channel linear PCM output. It has the HDMI connector. Has stereo, 3.5mm audio jack. And it tells you how big it is, how much it weighs. You know, it's not that big. Look, you guys are gonna be surprised when you get this console. When you open it up, they make it look bigger on the screen, but when you open it up, you're gonna be surprised how small this thing is, man. Really. Alright, has a Bluetooth, has a HD rumble, has a good battery life, which is 20 hours. That's what they are claiming. And it has a Joy-Con grip, so this comes in with the console, which is cool. Alright, so let's get back to over here to what I think, what are my thoughts on it, and how do I feel about Nintendo Switch, you know. Well, I'll try to give you as honest thoughts as possible about Nintendo Switch and how I feel about it. Okay. Let me go back to the front page right here. So how do I feel about Nintendo Switch? I'm pretty sure all of you guys know what it consists, what it can do, what it can't do. So now let me give you my thoughts. This is the part where you probably wanted to fast forward and you wanted to hear my thoughts. The only reason I had to go through giving you the specs is for those who don't know much about the console. I want to give them some an idea as to what the console consists inside. Alright, so now let me give you my thoughts. And keep in mind what I'm about to say in next 10 to 15 minutes. These are my thoughts. These are my opinions. Okay, it doesn't mean that you should go by what I say. It doesn't mean that, oh, that's it, Mr. 4K Upscaler said this, he said that, that's the golden rule. No, these are just my opinions, and they don't conflict with Nintendo. They don't conflict with you purchasing it. I'm just giving you my thoughts on what I think. So having said that, I'm going to proceed to give you my thoughts and opinions about it, even though I know this will trigger some people and it might make some people happy. But look, I'm not here to make kumbaya, hold hands, and make everyone happy. I know I can't do that. I'm not here to do that. I'm just here to tell you what I think. So without any more delay of holding hands and singing kumbaya, let's continue. Okay. So what do I think? Question number one that I asked myself when I did my research on this console, when I made a video about it in November, and when I predicted there would be a shortage, and what the reason is about the shortage, which I will get to in this video. So, for whom is this console for? That's the question I ask myself, and I believe that's the question everyone should ask themselves when they're buying something. Okay, from whom is this console? Number one, if you're a Nintendo fan or a fanboy, you're not gonna even watch this video. You're just gonna buy it. You already have it. You already have it pre-ordered. Means you're gonna pick it up at midnight, or you probably have it in your hands right now. It means you're gonna buy this no matter what. Okay, you are a Nintendo fan, and you don't care. You're gonna be the first one to get it. Okay, I get that. I understand that. Now, if you're a casual gamer, or if you're somebody who likes to try different things, but however needs to have a good reason to purchase, to lay out $300 on a console, then you might have to ask yourself that question very deeply. Wait a minute, from whom is this console? And what type of games do I have to play on it? Number one, are you a kind of a gamer that likes to play on your big giant 4K TV? Do you like to enjoy the games with graphical capabilities? If you're a type of gamer that likes eye candy graphics, if you're a type of the gamer that likes to enjoy its games in a 4K checkerboard resolution, then this console, it's not for you. If you're a type of gamer that like to have different genres, action, horror, racing, variety of different types, indie games, variety of different types of games, guess what? This is not a console for you. So then you gotta ask yourself, from whom is this console for? Number one, this console is not going to blow you away because it cannot reproduce a high-end, high textures graphics. It has a 1080p output on the TV, but the games are running on a 720p source. Okay? Meaning when you plug this into your 4K TV with a 720p upscale to 4K, it's gonna look butt ugly. I mean, I can tell you right now, it's gonna look butt ugly. It's gonna be a lot of ghosting, a lot of outlines. It's not gonna look that good. And on the fact alone that Tegra can produce some good graphics, but it cannot handle that higher textures as to oppose something that has 4.2 teraflops, 8 gigabytes of GDDR5 RAM. Alright, so don't expect Horizon Zero Dawn type of graphics to pop out of Nintendo. Okay, so if you're kind of guy that loves graphics and loves a variety of genres, and you're an adult and you like to play all these different types of games, well, Nintendo is not for you. Okay? Because you're not going to see Call of Duty. You'll see some sports games, but I don't know how long is that going to last with EA. What you will see mostly on Nintendo Switch, you will see a bunch of Pokemons, you'll see a bunch of Marios, you'll see the Nintendo exclusives, Nintendo Universe characters. That's what you're mainly going to see. Are you going to see another remake of GoldenEye? No, you won't. You won't see Rare jumping onto this. You're not going to see any third parties jumping onto this console. What you're going to be seeing is Nintendo Universe characters. So if you are into Nintendo Universe characters, okay, then you're going to get this console. Now, just because I'm not a Nintendo fan doesn't mean I don't like Nintendo. I had Nintendo. I mean, I had Nintendo 64. I had NES. I had a GameCube. I had a Wii U. So I liked Nintendo Universe. They have some pretty cool characters, okay, that you can only play on Nintendo. You're never going to see these Nintendo characters on your mobile. You're never going to see them on your PC. You're never going to see them on your... Well, if you have that, what you call it, there's a way to do it on PC, you know. It's kind of like... there are these devices, I forgot what you call them, the emulators or whatever, man. There's a way to do it, but still, that's still kind of like a bootlegging, you know what I mean? It's not the same thing, you know. Anyway, but the only place you can have these characters and these exclusives is on Nintendo, and that's what makes Nintendo so unique, is their exclusives, their exclusive universe. They're only available on Nintendo, meaning that you're never gonna be able to see Zelda on Xbox. You're never gonna see a Zelda on your mobile phone. You're never gonna be able to see Zelda. I'm talking about a full-fledged game. All right, you're never gonna be able to see Zelda on Xbox 360 or Zelda on PC. So it's a very exclusive universe. Now, having said that, it's exclusive universe. Now, if you're the type of a guy that loves Nintendo and loves Nintendo universe characters, then yeah, this is a console for you. But keep in mind that you're not going to see any third-party games other than just Nintendo characters. Nintendo universe, okay? And also be prepared with the fact that graphically you're not gonna be blown away by this console, okay? Don't expect graphics to be super great, because even though Tegra chip is a good chip, but it cannot render super high-end textures, okay? You cannot render the textures the way PlayStation 4 Pro or the Xbox One S can do it, okay? Even the Xbox One S can barely pull out some rendering, but it can still handle it. But even Xbox One S is having a hard time rendering. We have seen that with some games, Forza Horizon is one exclusion, because Forza Horizon did a fantastic job, because they know how to use the GPU and architecture in the Xbox. They know how to unlock that, okay? So the bottom line is, don't expect any kind of graphical wow from Nintendo Switch. Nintendo Switch, it's really for those who love the Nintendo universe, and for those who love portability. Take it with you, bring it with you. If you're somebody who doesn't like these characters, these Nintendo characters, then nah, man, you're really not gonna buy this. All right, I mean, just like, you don't like the characters, you don't care about them, you don't care about the universe. Like, okay, you're not gonna buy it. All right. But if you're somebody who likes Star Fox, Metroid Prime, Zelda, Pokemon, Yoshi, I mean, all these different characters. I mean, let me show you. Super Mario, Super Smash Brothers, and then that's for you. Okay. If you're somebody who is looking for something next generation, Nintendo Switch, it's not a next generation console. Okay. What it is, it's a portable device / console, if you will. That's why they call it Switch. And you cannot watch any apps on it. Okay, you won't be able to watch any videos on it. This has already been confirmed. You won't be able to watch any videos on it. You won't be able to stream in Netflix on it. I don't know if they're going to do that in the future. I don't know. But at the moment, you won't be able to do that. And you won't be able to read movies off of your SD memory card. You won't be able to do that unless there's some way they implement that in the future, which I doubt they will, because, they don't want kids putting some shit in there and, God forbid, watching porn, right? So I'm just letting you know that's not going to happen. Nintendo's not going to allow that. Okay? So you can't stream Netflix. You can't use any applications, apps on it, except the ones that already come with this user interface from Nintendo Store. However, you can download the games from the Nintendo Store, and you can either do that or use the cartridges to put it inside. But you cannot watch any videos, you cannot stream Netflix. So right there, I mean, you're like, for $300 you can have NVIDIA Shield. Same chip, same everything, and you can do a hell of a lot more. You can have a 4K experience on it with HDR for the same price, for the amount of money, you know what I mean? So the question comes in then, for whom is this for? And as I mentioned, I'm just giving you my opinions, and I'm putting myself in somebody else's shoes. and let's say that somebody is not into Nintendo universe. I don't care how many, games Nintendo pump out, but if you don't like the Zelda character, if you don't like Mario, if you don't like Metroid Prime, if you don't like Star Fox, then you're not gonna care, dude. You're not gonna, okay? So Nintendo, it's only focused on one particular audience, and that's fans. Mostly kids, teenagers, and some hipsters out there, and adult hipsters. They'll probably buy it. And I'm pretty sure just me using the word hipster, someone's gonna get triggered. And I don't mean nothing bad by it. I'm just saying it's okay if you're hipster, man. It's all right, Nothing wrong with that. Jimmy Morrison, The Doors, was hipster. He didn't give a shit, but he was the real deal hipster. So, having said this, you have to ask yourself that question. Am I simply saying, so I know you guys want to know this. Is this worth it? Is it not worth it? Well, it's hard for me to answer that for you. This is something you need to ask yourself. That's why I'm giving you this perspective and this analogy. I'm not saying you shouldn't buy it. I'm just simply saying you got to ask yourself, hey, do I really like Nintendo games? Do I really like Nintendo characters? Because remember, Nintendo 64 was different. There was a bunch of third parties in Nintendo 64. Like Rare, and you had Turok, you had the GoldenEye, you had a bunch of different third-party games on Nintendo 64. It was a versatile console. It had more options. Wii U was trying to be that, but it failed. Nintendo Switch is strictly just Nintendo universe. Okay? There's a FIFA here. Maybe that's the one contract deal. There's a Skyrim, but dude, don't expect this to last too long, okay? I'll guarantee you guys, there's NBA, you'll see some sports games, but I guarantee you, mainly is going to be a Nintendo Universe games, okay? Meaning all of their characters. So, from whom is this? Like, should you buy it? Like I said, if you love Nintendo, if you love Nintendo Universe games, then you most likely will, 100% you will buy it. But if you don't like the Nintendo Universe, if you're not into that, then you're not going to buy it, okay? Now the question you guys probably going to ask, well, what about you, Mr. 4K Upscaler? Would you buy it? I don't know. I don't know, honestly. First I have to see if I can find it first, if I can buy it, if it's available. Like I said, I'm open for everything. Like I told you, I'm not a fanboy or anything. I like to try different things. I had Wii U. I could give this a try. It's not like super expensive. It's $300, but it's not like super expensive. Would I buy it? If I can find one, definitely would buy it. And if Nintendo would send me one, maybe I would have done a much better in and outs reviews on it and test on it and see what I can do with it. But unfortunately they didn't send it to me because they're afraid of my freedoms and critiques. Now let's talk about what I want to talk about, the pricing and the shortages. Okay, let's get back to what I said earlier. Why is there going to be a shortage? Well, number one, it's a new console. Nintendo has hyped up this console. Like I said, a lot of kids, a lot of Nintendo fans. There's a huge Nintendo fan base across the world, especially United States. They're going to be lining up like right now and in line waiting to buy this because they're fans, okay? There's that core group of good, strong, Nintendo fans. They're just going to, whatever Nintendo releases, they buy it. So, okay, so that's one group, the fans. And that's a big percentage. Let's keep that in check. Number one, you got a core group, which is the huge fan base of Nintendo. They're already out there standing in lines in GameStop and Best Buy, okay, or whatever, Walmart, okay? They're out there. Target doesn't open till 8 o'clock, okay, in the morning. So you might get lucky there. I'll try to do that. We'll see. So you have that core group, the fans. The fans are huge on Nintendo, okay? So right there. Now the second group is going to be the eBayers. I call them eBayers. These are the guys that don't even care about Nintendo. They don't even care about the console. They don't even care what kind of games it has on there. They're going to buy a bunch of them. They're going to spend $2,000, $1,500. They're going to buy a bunch of bundles. And they're going to keep these bundles. And then they're going to use these bundles and sell them like $800 each. So on top of $1,500 and $2,000 they spend, they're going to make $5,000 to $6,000 to $7,000 on top of that they already bought. So you have these eBayers. I call them eBayers. So let's see. Number one, you have the fan base, which is huge. And then you got these eBayers. They just buy the console and they just sell it on eBay for some like ridiculous $900 amount of money, because it's in shortage. You can't buy it anywhere else, but you got to get it there if you want it from them. Number three, you got those undecided ones. Should I get it? Should I not try it? They might want to try to see how it is. That's another percentage there too. Okay, so you got three different groups of people that want to buy it, and that's what's going to create a shortage. But here's the thing. Obviously, this console, it's not that complex or complicated to make. All right, it's not like they had with PlayStation 2. The emotion chip was a bit more complex to design. This is NVIDIA Tegra. Okay, trust me, man. This is not that difficult to assemble, or that hard to assemble. You guys can debate me on this. Trust me. All right, dig deep. You'll find out. In Japan's laboratories out there, it's not that complex to make. I firmly believe, purposely, I believe the reason the shortage is going to occur is not because these three groups are buying it, which that could be the problem too, but I think the main reason is the fact that Nintendo is hurting financially. In past 2 or 3 years, VU was nothing but short of failure. Let's just call it what it is. VU was a failure. The only thing they kept it together was some Nintendo exclusives they had on there that kind of kept it afloat. Bayonetta, even Bayonetta 2 couldn't keep it afloat. Okay, Super Smash Brothers kept it on the lifeline. Let's face it, they were making money off of 3DSs. Okay, 3DS XLs, and they were just making a killing there. But they were hurting on VU. It hurt them badly. So now they're trying to make up on that money. Okay, they're going to try to do the same thing they did with V on this one. Now, is this going to be as successful as Wii? I highly and likely doubt that. It will sell out this week and next month and month after that, but it's going to be purposely put in shortage so there could be a higher demand, more pre-orders, so they can go ahead and milk it. Okay, and they can, once they meet their quota on the money that they need, that they lost in past 2 or 3 years, few years, whatever, then they're gonna have it in a stock sitting on the shelves or whatever. You know what I mean? That's my opinion, and there will be a shortage. Now, if you're lucky, tomorrow you might be able to get one. If you maybe wake up early, go to Target, you might be able to get one. But remember, even if you go to Target, they're probably gonna give you a ticket. And then, depending on what ticket you're on, if they don't have any more in stock, you could be. Here's the shitty thing about that. I remember when I went to buy a PlayStation 4, dude. I was like almost the last. There was like 3 more people behind me, and I was like almost like, dude, I was like the last guy. So we only had one more, and you own that ticket, and I got lucky and I got it. And people behind me, those 3 people, poor 3 people, they were waiting in line just like I was. They weren't able to get it. So they wasted their hour or how long they were freaking waiting, and they couldn't get it because they were like, they didn't have any more in stock. I was like the last guy to pick one up. One guy even offered me like, dude, like I should have sold it to him, dude. One guy offered me $900. I'm not fucking kidding, dude. I should have sold it, dude. Why I didn't sell it? No, he showed me the cash. Like, here's. I said, man, it's not about that, man. I said, I really want to try this console. I said, it's not about money, you know. But if he had bumped into an eBayer, the eBayer would probably sell it to him. I like to call them eBayers because they're just buying shit so they can sell it for a higher price and put the bids on there. Okay. So I don't know. This video has turned to be a very long video, but remember, I'm just giving you my thoughts. You know, now the pricing. Let's talk about the pricing. I did say something about pricing. The pricing. I know $300 seems reasonable, right? You know, you get this Joy-Con sticks. You get different bundle. The one has the neon blue and neon red. Okay, and it has this base that goes into it, that you put a tablet into it, and then you can connect your TV. I mean, seems like a reasonable price. Has a Tegra chip on there. Price, well, it's a double-edged sword. Okay, is the price right? Yes and no. I mean, $300, granted, you know, seems like a good base selling point. But let's look at this from a technical point of view. Okay, you spending $300 on something that doesn't have that many games. You spending $300 on something that it's not powerful enough. You can get an NVIDIA Shield for $200, and it has the same exact chip as this, man. The same exact thing as this. It's pretty much the Switch. It's the same thing. All right, but you can do 4K. You can do HDR. You can do other things. Okay. With this one, you're limited. You're only getting a lousy 720p source resolution that upscales to 1K, or if you have a 4K TV, upscales to 4K. But remember, 720p upscale to 4K is going to look butt ugly. Because if the source, it's shitty, that's 720. If it's a shitty source like 720p, the upscale is going to look blurry as fuck. It's going to look horrible. Horrible. Now, if I do get a chance to get this console to buy it tomorrow, then I will show you that in detail. The difference, you know. That's, keep my finger crossed, if I'm lucky enough to get one tomorrow. That's only if I'm lucky enough. Okay, so then you ask yourself, okay, is $300 worth it? Like I said, if you're a Nintendo fan, then you don't care. You're going to go with it. But remember, this is just the base. $300. You got to think about the SD memory card. Okay, it's going to cost you another $80, $90. So right there, you're spending close to $400. You want to get another controller. Okay, that's another what, $50, $60. There goes $480. You got to buy a game, $50. So it's $560 now. And let's see, you want to get these straps they have on for these Joy-Cons. All right. So there you go. You're gonna have, you want to get some more accessories, right? That come with this console. Guess what? You're gonna be spending more and more money. So you can go up to $600. Okay, so technically you're just paying $300 for the base. You got to add the games, the accessories. You're looking at $400, $500, maybe even more. So. But if you're a fan, that's okay. It doesn't matter, you know. So I don't know what else I can tell you. Remember, this is not a review, okay? Even if you're a Nintendo fan, this is not a review. This is just my thoughts, my opinions on this console. So there you have it, guys. I don't know what else I can say. I think I said everything I needed to say. I think I gave you as much open window for you to look into this and think about it really hard before you buy it. And there will be a shortage. There will be a shortage. You can count on that. There will be a shortage for a long time. And you can come back to this video 6 months from now in June, or I'm not June, let's say 6 months from now, you come back to this video. Yeah, let's see, March, April, May, June, July, August. Let's say you come back August and you find this video, has like whatever, 30,000 views, whatever, 40,000 views. You find this video, and then you hear me say this in August of 2017, shortage. And you're like, God damn, there's still a shortage. Damn. There will be a shortage, guys. Now, periodically, you might get lucky. You might get one here and there. And if you're lucky, if you know somebody that knows somebody, you know what I mean? But just walking in, good luck. Because you don't know what's going on in these stores, man. In the GameStop and Best Buy, they hold it for their friends or their families, their relatives. There's always some shady hookups shit going on. There's just human failing. That's just the way human nature is. It's a dog eats dog fucking world, man. All right, I want to be number one. Nobody wants to be number two. Okay, and everything is for sale. Everybody's selling themselves. It's one big whorehouse. All right, but I don't want to get off the rails, talk about that stuff. You guys all know how life is and how it works. I don't need to remind you of that shit. Well, there you have it. There you have it, guys. Will I be able to get this? I just farted with my mouth. Would I be able to get it? I don't know. Barely, I don't think so. When I make this sound, means I won't be able to get it. Yeah, am I going to go to Target, stand in line, pick up a ticket? Alright. I would only do that if I know for a fact that this ticket, an hour from now, will give me a console in my hand. I don't want a ticket and I waste my 1 hour standing there and then they tell me, sorry, the last guy got it. The guy in front of you got it. We don't have any more. They're old. That was the last one. Okay. I was like, no, I don't want to do that. I don't want to stand in line for an hour for that shit, man. I need to know for a fact I got this ticket. I'll wait for an hour, but I know in an hour I'll be walking out with a console. So that's the only way I'll do that, man. You know, that's the only way I'll be able to, that I'm gonna do that and wait in line. Other than that, then what's the point of, you know, standing there for an hour like a dud, and then some Coca-Cola glasses guy with a red shirt tells you, oh man, no, oh the guy in front of you with a big giant grizzly bear and has a bunch of Pokemons and Nintendo characters and badges and shit. It's like, no man, the guy in front of you got the last console. We don't have any more. Do you want me to look it up see if some other stores have it? I said, no, please don't. Just enjoy your Coca-Cola glasses that you have on and your Nintendo badges, please. Just kidding. I mean, look, sometimes they do that. They dress up in Nintendo shit and all that, you know. All right, so anyway. And you guys do know what the Coca-Cola glasses are. They're big magnifying motherfuckers, okay? They're huge from the 1980s, man. Like the real geek shit. Like, if you want to be a real geek, you gotta have them big giant Coca-Cola glasses. Anyway, that was just a term used in the 80s, man, the 90s, whatever. They don't use that term anymore. So for you millennials out there, I know I'm speaking alien language. Okay? You dig? No, I don't dig. I shovel. That's what I do. I think I just triggered some more people as well. Well, go hit that dislike. Don't let me stop you. Hit that dislike. Now is the time to hit that dislike. I'm pretty sure some of you will find this entertaining. You know, my videos, I always try to make them entertaining, but at the same time informative, you know, because I see these big other YouTubers out there and they're like fucking robots. Oh, hello, today we're talking about this. We'll be giving you a first look right here, second look right here, and Nintendo is gonna be selling like crazy. Oh, thank you for watching, and please, patrons are here. Make sure you like him here, like him there, and make sure you subscribe to Twitter, Facebook here. Fuck that shit. Okay, I just tell you the way it is, man. That's it. I'm not here to impress anyone. I'm just tell you what it is. Tell you what I'm feeling. Tell you what's on my mind. All right, guys. Maybe I should work in a radio station. Whatever. Anyway. That was my thoughts, views, opinions. Remember, when you type in your sweet little fingers, your twinkle little fingers on the keyboard, remember, These are just my opinions. And if my opinions trigger you, well, there's nothing I can do about that. I have no cure for that. There's no cure for that, man. Sorry. I don't think you can get that shit anywhere. There's no cure for that, man. Good luck. If my opinions will trigger you, then I feel sorry for you. Alright guys, that's it. The end of the video. So we'll see tomorrow. We'll see what happens. Maybe I get lucky. Maybe you see a video of me unboxing Nintendo's Switch. Maybe. But highly unlikely. Highly unlikely. But who knows? You might see it. Maybe. Maybe not. Alright. Oh, look at this game. Play face to face with friends and have a blast facing off in the quick draw duels. Milking cows. Milking cows. Playing table tennis and a lot more. Oh boy. Alright guys. Have a good one. Take care. We'll see what happens tomorrow. Bye bye. Bye. Bye bye. Oh yeah, that's right. I have to shut it off right here. There we go. Let's downscale this video. Let's see how many dislikes I can get.